All right, what's up, y'all? We're here live. I'm gonna go away for a second. So I can promote this real fast. What's up? What's up? Trying to find a good thumbnail real fast. Okay. What's up? What's up? Why is it that I can hear myself? Oh, okay. What's good? We're here to talk about Monday Night Raw. It was a very average show. Nothing really special happened, honestly. They were talking like they were gonna chant for Kyrie. I heard like a few chants. Who cares? Like, you wouldn't even really notice that she's gone, to be honest. Let's get some bad. Okay. Okay. Let's hope we can get some clicks on this one. Yeah, very average show. Nothing much happened. Seth Rollins started the show. Braun Breaker came out. And I noticed he had staples in the back of his head. Braun Breaker. I just can't imagine going out there every week wrestling, getting staples put in my head. Like, that's just crazy. That's just like guaranteed CTE, honestly. Okay. I need to change my thumbnail. That's what I need to work on. Yeah, what we had a match with Penta and Rusev tonight. I was honestly rooting for Rusev, to be honest. They haven't done nothing. I'm surprised, honestly, he didn't get released. I'm really surprised. I could have seen him get Aleister Black. I really could. I need to figure out. Terrible for the thumbnail. All right. I'm going to wait on some people to join. What is drop? Well, so we're sitting here talking about Raw. Let me look at the results. I watched the whole show. I just want to be able to have notes to go over. I know the show started with Seth Rollins and Braun Breaker. Seth Rollins said that he's not even the second best in his family. I don't know. I'm not really that hyped about Backlash. Like, I don't buy Jacob Fatu as a credible heel, to be honest with you. Like, I just don't think he's some unstoppable freak. Like, I really don't. I just don't really. I never really bought the fact that Jacob Fatu is like an unstoppable monster. I just never really bought into that. Okay. Hold on one sec. All right, y'all. We're gonna be going over Raw tonight. Show starts off very mid. Anytime a show starts off with Seth Rollins, you know the show's gonna be mid. And Becky Lynch came out looking skinnier than ever. Like, did you see that rant Kevin Nash posted going off on TKO saying what they did was elder abuse because they didn't have food ready for him. They made him show up to the show early, made him skip his dinner just to not have food for him. That's kind of strange. That is kind of strange. I don't know if this will get restricted with me smoking. I have no idea. I see people do it all the time though on here. Got a Chris Jericho podcast playing in the background. If it gets banned, it gets banned. Let's see who pops in. All right, let's look at Raw. All right, let's look at Raw. Yeah, the show it did end with Roman Reigns and Jacob Fatu. I'm not exactly sure how many people were excited about that. I was not one of them. It just seems like they're running back the whole bloodline thing because they have nothing else to do at this point. And man, I just don't want to watch it. It's just slop. It's filler. That's why I prefer talking about the news and rumors than talking about the weekly show. You had Liv Morgan acting like a teenager backstage, leaning up against the wall, holding the title while her best friends beat up a girl she don't like, Stephanie back here. But still, I just find it childish. Honestly, it needs to be more believable. It really needs to be more believable because I just don't believe a almost 32-year-old woman would act like that. It's just crazy for me to grasp that concept. Looking at Twitter, yeah, Io Sky had a match with Becky Lynch that went on, felt like forever tonight. The crowd was into it, but it's easier to be into it when you're at the show. I'll be honest, I was not really into it. I don't know if any of you guys were. I wasn't one of them. Let me tell my brother liked my stream. All right. Yeah, we're here. How do you guys think my audio sounds? I mess with it a lot. You can't ever really get it exactly perfect, to be honest. It's really hard. We're getting here. I feel like I'm getting slimmer every week. That's how I want to feel. That's how I want to feel. But what are some of the keynotes, dude? It's just soulless, man. There's really nothing on this show. Like, you had a match with Ray and Ludwig, which it's impressive that Ray is still able to move the way he does for his age. He's 51 years old. Ludwig Kaiser's playing El Grande Americano. And he had a little scuffle with Chad Gable after the match. I was saying this earlier that Ludwig is the smallest 6 foot guy I've ever seen. Like, he didn't even look that much bigger than Ray, but he's almost a foot taller than Ray. But you can't even really tell because of how small he is. That's the crazy part. Spam the stream all over Twitter. All right. Let's just hope we get some viewers in here who want to talk about Raw tonight. Get some comments going. I did change the thumbnail, so. No! I'm trying to promote. My bad. Boom. Boom. Getting it promoted. Man, I'm telling you, I'm going to upload every single day this year. Oh, yeah, Zoe Stark was released too. I forgot about that. She lasted, what, 3 years? She came up in 2023. Yeah, I still remember that. I knew she wouldn't last. She had no charisma. Came up with Trish Stratus, did nothing with that rub. Did absolutely jack with that rub. I appreciate anyone who's tuning in. Here to talk about Raw, answer any questions pretty much that you guys have. We'll talk about it. Okay. So, what are your guys' current thoughts on Raw? I, I just thought it was a very meaningless show. It really didn't have It really didn't have anything too impactful, if you know what I mean. Just nothing that was too impactful for me. Like, I seen a post earlier. Chelsea Green was saying wanting to see that tag team with her and Carmella. Yeah, it's one of those you don't really think about, but the pair makes sense for sure. Carmella's been out for what, 3 years, and she wants to come back for sure. Most of them do. One second. Yeah, I missed earlier in the stream where they said Triple H resigned or whatever. Like, they must love bad TV. That's all I can say. It's crazy. I think they just think Triple H is some sort of wrestling genius when in fact he knows a lot. It's hard to argue that. He's been there a long time, but I just don't think he's a booker. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's won Booker the year before, but Tony Khan's won it, and that's saying something. But that's just my thoughts on it, man. Um, Rey Mysterio gets the win tonight over. He gets the win tonight over El Grande, and then Chad Gable and Ludwig have a brawl outside the ring. I seen Ric Flair's interview where he was talking shit about Ludwig. I feel like he was just drunk and rambling. I've actually seen Ric Flair in person, and he was also drunk when I seen him. That whole thing was on captured on video. I could show it. Well, it might be on my shorts. I can't remember, but I know it's on my TikTok page, which is listed below. Yeah, we're just chilling, man. um, I really hope these fans don't try to take over and start Kyrie Sane chants because, dude, no one wants to see her outside of like 50 people. It's just a fact. And apparently, they let all those people go because they have new signings. I could see that. Who knows when they're going to debut him? Obafemi said tonight, which I may have been wrong about Obafemi possibly. I said he didn't have charisma. I think he has a look to him. Seeing his entrance tonight and stuff, he has a look to him. We'll see what he does with it. He got the Brock Lesnar rub, but he beats Grayson Waller, which is crazy. They bring back Grayson Waller just to be a jobber. Like, that's literally what he is. He almost kind of looked like Cody Rhodes a little bit, like younger. It's kind of weird, even though he's in his mid 30s, whatever he is. But man, that's bright. But I was so glad Javon Evans didn't win at WrestleMania. Not that he shouldn't win a title. I just don't think that was the right time. I really don't. And Jeff Hardy still holds that record for the youngest IC champ. For those of you that just tuned it in, I'm a wrestling fan, movie fan, music fan, football fan, basketball fan. We talk about everything. Gaming fan. I have been a pro wrestling fan for 20 years. 20 years since 2006. 2006 is how long I've been a wrestling fan. Maybe 2005, but it was pretty much 2006. 2005 was when I first heard of a wrestler. I heard of Sting, I believe. I first watched wrestling in 2006. I owned the WWE plug and play game in like 2007. That's a classic. 2007 or 8, I also watched TNA for the first time and seen Samoa Joe flipping through the channels. But the first time I became like a full blown hardcore fan watching every week was 2009. So I've been a full time fan, 17 years. I've been a fan in general for 20 years, and I'm currently 25. I'll be 26 August the 28th. Today is April the 28th. 4 months from today, I'll be 26. And hopefully a lot skinnier by then. That's what I'm hoping. I also hope you guys can hear me well. What do you guys think about my layout? I think it's pretty sick. I think it's pretty sick. A lot of people's just lazy. Mine's not. Mine's not. But it's hard to stay enthusiastic about this product, especially when you knew what wrestling was like during better days, better times. It's hard to latch on to what they put out now because it's so bare minimum, surface level. Like I remember when Raw was just can't miss. I'll never forget in like 2016. Even then, I thought the shows were getting kind of bad, but in 2016, I remember they announced Goldberg was returning. That was the longest week of my life. I was for the first time since 2004. Like I was so marked out for that. And then the run was kind of disappointing, but it was still a good moment when he returned. That's the run where he came back at Survivor Series. I was 16 at the time, and he beat Brock Lesnar. And then he went on, got eliminated Brock in the Royal Rumble, but got eliminated by Taker. Fastlane. He faced Kevin Owens, and Jericho distracted Owens, and Goldberg speared and jackhammered him and won the Universal title. Then he lost the Universal title to Lesnar at WrestleMania 2017 and didn't wrestle till 2019 and went in the Hall of Fame 2018. So yeah, that run. He came back in 2019, had a run uh, until like 2021. Oh no, he had a match at Chamber 22 against Roman, and then that was his last match until 25 against Gunther. Straight knowledge. That's what we try to be over here. We try to be real, truthful. We try to be wise. I need to figure out how to pull my chat up right here. Okay. I wish I need to figure out how to pull my chat up right here. Yeah. Are you guys a fan of what we're currently seeing in wrestling? Dude, I almost got PTSD tonight. The Street Profits music, I bring this well, I nobody can't. That song, trauma, dude, from like that 2022 era. When every week the Street Profits, when their music hit, it was just time to turn the channel. Like they had their moments, you know what I'm saying? Like they had that match against Usos at Money in the Bank 22, but just a very boring team. I mean, Montez was good in the Chamber 23, but they ain't done much since. My favorite black wrestler currently would probably be that's tough. Like in just WWE, as far as who I enjoy seeing on the screen, Royce Keys is entertaining, even though he's old already. Um, I liked Bobby, but he left. Obafemi's cool. Favorite black wrestler of all time? It might be Mark Henry. It might be Mark. It's probably Mark Henry. Um, Ahmed Johnson. He was hated by every person alive, but Ahmed Johnson to me had aura. Like when he came out to that theme song and the light was just glaring. Not no wrestler liked him. Well, Booker T's up there. He's not my favorite. Not my favorite, but Booker T's up there. You know, he's probably in like my top 10. Maybe five of black wrestlers of all time. I'm trying to think if I'm forgetting anybody. I know there's several. Crime Time was cool, though. I wouldn't say they're one of my favorites. Shelton Benjamin was cool. I like Shelton Benjamin. A lot of people do. He's like the most athletic dude ever in the business. I don't even know if it's close. Dude could do things no one else could. I've never been the biggest Kofi fan. I don't know. Never been the biggest. He was just always a little goofy to me. Like, nah, he's had his moments where he was cool, but I've never been the biggest Kofi fan. I used to have a best friend in middle school. He was his favorite wrestler was Kofi, and he would always use him in SmackDown versus Raw 2010 and 2K14. Um, I don't. My favorite current black wrestler would probably be male wise. Royce Keys is up there. He's pretty cool. Trick Williams. I don't know if he's a main eventer. He's a good upper mid carder. But I liked Ahmed Johnson. A lot of people hated him. I thought you know, I don't know him as a person, obviously. I just thought he had a look to him. And I seen someone say that Bobby Lashley's like 2021 title run was what Vince wanted for Ahmed Johnson. Big Daddy V was cool. Viscera, he was cool. Mabel. But as far as Raw tonight, I don't know how enthusiastic I'm feeling. It's actually insane how Ray moves. Like no other person his age, I don't think has ever moved the way he does. Like he doesn't even look washed out there ever, other than the fact that he gets injured every other week. It seems like it's now April 28th. It is now April 28th. But favorite wrestler currently, who would I pick for that? To watch on the roster, Braun Breaker's up there. Braun Breaker's up there. Roman be aura farming way too much. I might do a video on that. Roman be aura farming like way too much. If you don't know what aura farming is, look it up. It basically just means you're trying to be like, hey, look at me, I have aura. You know what I mean? Like I can't explain it. Or you're trying to set yourself up for aura moments, aura clips. Um, I did like Bronson Reed at one point, but that kind of went away. Chad Gable, he's all right. I don't know, Randy Orton. I'm getting kind of tired of seeing him. Like he was my favorite wrestler. You know what I'm saying? When I first started watching and stuff. But like, I don't know, maybe he'll he's heel now, so maybe he'll get better, or maybe he'll try at least. It's hard for these wrestlers nowadays to have enthusiasm about their job. It really is. You're gonna have enthusiasm for a place that wants to squeeze every drop of money out of you that they can possibly squeeze and toss you to the side when you're no longer beneficial to them. That's what you're gonna get with TKO. That's what you're gonna get with TKO. But I seen a post earlier that was very motivating. It was like upload every day for a year, but motherfuckers are too lazy to do it. Every day for a year, upload. You will get somewhere. Make quality content, and that's what I plan on doing. That's exactly what I plan on doing. Making that good content, making quality content. Yeah, we're here with the new layout. Raw review for tonight. Raw, I would probably give Raw probably like a 5.5 out of 10 for tonight. It just, like I said, it just feels soulless. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just like there's nothing to it. A bunch of backstage segments, but they don't really mean nothing at all. Oh yeah, Joe Hendry. Yeah, he had a pretty funny little concert tonight. I wasn't a fan of the brawl once it started. I didn't like the turnaround thing he does. I thought it was corny. I just thought it was really corny. Like Jeff Hardy, I'm watching him on a podcast. But who can just sit down and genuinely not feel like they're wasting their time watching this show every week? I'm curious because the amount of times I feel guilty just for watching this show, I'm like I'm literally wasting my life watching it. And this is why I can't do Raw reviews every week. I want to talk about the business side, the news and rumors. Watching Raw every week is a chore. It really is. It's just a chore. We don't want to watch the shit every single week. We just don't. It's not good. It's not quality. They even got politicians tweeting now about how wrestling lost its heart and stuff like that. And I agree. Like it's just give me money, money, money. Give me money. That's all they care about. We got to make back our $9 billion investment and then our $11 billion investment on UFC or whatever it was. 21 billion total, something like that for Endeavor. But Ari Emanuel, do you think he gives a shit about this company? He's checking the phone, looking at the stock. That's all he's doing. Is it up? Is it down? Where can we tie up some ends? You know what I'm saying? Where can we cut out the fat here or there? Like he's always looking for ways to squeeze any extra drop that he can. That's why there's Slim Jim logos on announce tables now. Not announce tables, literally tables that are under the ring that they use. It's absolutely abysmal to get through this show. It really is. Okay. It's absolutely abysmal to get through this show. It really is. Okay, I was just checking something out. But I just find it painful. I find it painful to get through these shows. I don't know what they could do to make it any better. You watch this shit for so long. You want to see it do good, but it never will. It's only getting worse. It did lose the heart and soul of it though. Like you need someone who actually knows and about the product and what it means and things like that to run it. Because if they knew what it meant, they would literally treat Ric Flair, Kevin Nash, people like that better when you invite them to your shows or just responding in general, keeping a relationship with your legends. They don't seem to prioritize that. They really don't. They don't prioritize that enough. I wouldn't be surprised if Grayson Waller gets released next budget cut. They were just like, let's beat him real quick, release him. Seeing Stephanie Valkyrie could be out for a bit, sprained shoulder or something. Paige next week's Raw. I told you, y'all were gonna be saying she sucks soon. There's a new diva, or a new women's wrestler, Sol Ruka. We've seen her in the Royal Rumble. Does all those crazy moves, flips. Hey, it's a breath of fresh air. Why not? If it works, it works. If it works, it works. That's what I say. But I don't know where the passion, where the soul is for this. It's sad to see it in the state that it is. Like AJ Styles, Cena, arguably they didn't get the best retirements. Goldberg, none of them. They don't care. They just want to squeeze every last drop out of them they can. That's why they let them wrestle and have matches. But yeah, it's really tough, man. These motherfuckers are worried about partying and shit all the time. They're not worried about like CM Punk. I'm just ready to see him hang it up already. He can still go in the ring somewhat. He's mostly washed, but he's just too busy worried about partying with the females rather than actually being a performer. He's back for the backstage partying and stuff like that. He's the "Where's my hug" guy. That's CM Punk. That's Phil Brooks. "Where's my hug?" That's his name. "Where's my hug" guy. I don't know how y'all do it, man. I really don't. I would love to know. The shows start at a different time every week. I don't really mind the commercials because we've always had to deal with those. The WrestleMania ones, I will say, was ridiculous. But we've always had to deal with the regular commercials, so there's other big content creators live right now too, probably. JD probably. Joe Cronin. All live right now. People might think I'm a rookie on here, but I've been on YouTube for a minute. I've had this account since 2011. I've had this account since 2011. I made this account when I was freshly 11 years old. And that's just this account. I really started using YouTube in 2009, but this account since 2011. August 28th, 2011 is when I turned 11. So you do the math. It was around September when I made this channel, I think, 2011. I want to try to stay live. Let me go share the link in the Facebook group, see if anyone. Okay. Dude, you better link that shit. Well, I really need to get these clips rolling. I had a creator on here send me an app that he uses to get his clips going. I really need to do that. Clips really help out a lot. I like to promote on Twitter. Some of you might be from there. Some of you might be from there. Yeah, they turned Roxanne Perez babyface. That's what it looked like tonight. That Finn Balor segment was a little weird. Like, I don't know why Finn Balor's acting like a teenager or something. Like, just be the demon, bro. Be ruthless. Be like you were in summer of 2023. That's the Finn we need. SummerSlam 2023 and Demon Finn is the only two versions of him we need. Finn Balor's. Sorry about that. I was promoting on Twitter. That's what I like to do. But remember SummerSlam 2023? Or it was July. It was Money in the Bank more so, but they had a rematch at SummerSlam 23. That version of Finn Balor, that's what he needs to try to adapt to. Where he was just on Seth Rollins' ass every week, hitting the coup de grace off the stairs. Like, dude, he just seemed like psychotic. That version of Finn and Demon Finn 2016. Only Finn Balor's versions that we need. We don't need none of this little high school boy, whatever shit, where he's going shh to Roxanne Perot. We don't need to see that. We need to see a version of Finn where he lets his ego out, his alter ego version of him. This is so bright. Jesus Christ. So bright. But I only want to see that version of Finn. What is this little shit? They're trying to turn Roxanne babyface. I guess they see that they need more baby faces. That's the only thing I can think of. They need more baby faces on the women's side. And Carmel's getting the itch to come back, so they might end up bringing her back. Corey's still there, so I could see that. I could see it. But I'm hearing Stephanie Valkyrie will be out for a while, so they're gonna have to fill her spot. And Tiffany just won the U.S. title, so they're keeping her afloat. But she really hurt herself when she said what she said about Hollywood by 30 and shit when she's like already like almost 27 or already 27, whatever it is. But yeah. Oh, we might have one watching the whole time, but we're still gonna try. You know what I mean? Until we get up there, we're not gonna stop. We're not. You got to start somewhere. That's just how it has to be. Trying to promote my Raw review. Just some more faces in here. Yeah, Sol Ruka will be a good addition. I don't know why they're chatting. We want Kyrie like they cared when she was there. They only care that she gets released. They think they know what they want. They have to be told what they want. That's WWE's mentality. The wrestling marks have to be told what they want. They don't know what they want. It's a constant thing. Constant. Been at 53 minutes on here. No one gives a shit about Raw, dude. Sit here till we get some people up in here. It's amazing how many people truly do not give a shit about Monday Night Raw. If I went live in 2016, people would care. They at least wanted to know your opinion on it. Now they don't even care. They don't even care to know your opinion because it doesn't matter. None of it fucking matters. Wrestling does not matter anymore. When has wrestling last mattered? Let's be real. It's been a long time. It's been a long time. Oh, we might. It's been a long time. The almost 32-year-old woman would act like that. Ski tonight. The Street Profits music, I has to come feel it. It's actually insane how Ray moves. Like no other person his age, I don't think has ever moved the way he does. Like he doesn't even look washed out there ever. Other than the fact that he gets injured every other week, it seems like. It's now April 28th. It is now April 28th. But favorite wrestler currently. Who would I pick for that? To watch
Been
him wrestle,
live now
Braun
for
Breaker.
almost an hour.
Braun Breaker's up there. Roman be aura farming way too much. I might do a video on that. Roman be aura farming like way too much. If you don't know what
What's
aura
up?
farming is,
Appreciate anyone who tunes in, the replay
basically
gang.
means
Any questions you got?
you're
Let me
trying
know. We got
to
Seth
basically
and
aura
Braun
farm.
Breaker
You
at
know what I mean?
Backlash, no
You're trying to
stipulation.
set yourself up for aura
And
moments, aura clips.
no stipulation. Roman and Jacob Fatu.
Um, I did like Bronson Reed at one point, but that kind of went away.
Diet Dr. Pepper.
Chad Gable, he's all right. I don't know, Randy Orton. I'm getting kind of tired of seeing him. He was my favorite wrestler. You know what I'm saying? Like
59
before he got killed
minutes.
and stuff. But like
Trying to see if I can get any new viewers up in here.
maybe he's heel now, so maybe he'll get better. Or maybe he'll try at least. It's hard for these wrestlers nowadays to have enthusiasm about their job. It really is.
When was the last time that
You're gonna
it
have
felt like
managers
any
put in
life
place
was in
that
WWE? I feel like
basically
it's been
enjoy
like
drama and
2018,
get money out of you that
maybe
makes your butt feel
2019,
squeezed,
before
and then
COVID,
toss you to
probably.
the side when you're no longer beneficial to them. That's what you're gonna get with TKO.
That's more than likely.
That's what you're gonna get with TKO.
Yeah, Becky retained against Io Sky, the IC title. What is it, her third reign? Adam Pierce, man, I am tired of seeing this dude on my screen. We've been seeing him on our screen since like 2021,
It was like up
maybe
until
2020, and he has sucked the entire time.
bookers are too lazy to do it.
The entire time,
Really,
5 or 6, like 5 years, maybe 6,
you will get somewhere, make quality content, and that's what I plan on doing.
closer to 5. But
That's exactly what I plan on
I have
doing.
no interest in seeing this motherfucker on my screen. He's a corporate wash,
fucking bootlicking.
Making that good content,
He'll
making
kiss the
quality
ground for a
content.
job. Kind of like Sean Ross Sapp. Sean Ross Sapp, who I brutally mogged, by the way. AEW Revolution 2024.
Yeah, we're here
But,
about the new layout.
but Sean Ross Sapp is a joke.
Raw review for tonight.
No one takes his opinion seriously. He has no credibility.
Probably like a 5.5
No credibility whatsoever.
for tonight. It just,
He's a small man.
like I said, it just
Sean
feels
Ross Sapp.
soulless. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just like there's nothing to it. A bunch of backstage segments
Oh yeah, they also announced Io and Asuka at Backlash Tampa.
at all.
Jordan Grace wants to be managed by Paul Heyman. We're good on that.
Oh yeah,
The
Jordan.
Paul Heyman thing's been done.
Yeah, he had a pretty.
You would think by now they'd realize it doesn't work unless it's Brock,
I was
maybe
waiting for
Roman.
Raw once it started.
Even though I'm not a fan of
The
that.
turnaround thing he does, I thought it was corny. I just thought it was.
Does anyone here think Sean Ross Sapp has credibility? I'm genuinely curious. I'm genuinely curious. Does Sean Ross Sapp have credibility in your opinion? I want to know. Because in my opinion, he has none. None. No interest in seeing Sean Ross Sapp on my screen. An hour and 3 minutes. I feel like if I went on later, it'd do good. I have a podcast just like this from 2016. Been doing it for a minute. Been doing this for a minute. People on Twitter are clowns, man. This dude trying to say Chris Benoit didn't do it. Everyone knows he did. Literally everyone knows. Man, is it just me or I'm getting tired of seeing Bailey on my screen? I know I'm over it. She, she's been in the business 15 years and can't cut a promo. I don't understand. Not on the main roster, but she'd say longer than that, probably 2009. But I was thinking anyone to come in talk about Raw. Is anyone else not buying the whole Jacob Fatu thing? I'm just not. I think Drew should have won at WrestleMania, but whatever. They're trying to make a star out of Fatu. I just don't find him to be as intimidating as Haku or anyone like that, or Maga or any of them. He just doesn't look that menacing to me. Seth Rollins said tonight it's been 14 years. I mean, yeah, because he started on NXT in 2012, debuted main roster Survivor Series 2012. Somebody needs to get me clipped up, bro. Someone said they muted the Kyrie chants. No, they didn't. No one cares. Of course, they were going to chant her while Asuka was in the ring and Io. We're trying to build an audience. One time. I was like 10 minutes late to Raw one time. I literally cried. That's how bad I wanted to watch Raw. August 2009, maybe September. I still remember. I was only 9 years old, 8 or 9, one or two. Turning 9, more than likely. Gotta stay live for a minute. That's how you accumulate viewers. You stay live. That's how you grow viewers. As easy as it would be for me to just be like, I'm hopping off, I'm not gonna gain viewers that way. I'm not gonna gain viewers by just hopping off. You gotta. I'm gonna swap back to my loading screen for a second. All right, y'all, we're back. We've been live for an hour and 15 minutes. This is gonna be the new podcast layout. We gotta start doing this show like every day. We'll get some attention going. You'll see where Megan or Clay Thompson cheated on Megan Thee Stallion. I think it's funny that people expected Clay Thompson to take her serious. When that reporter asked him about his relationship in 2025, he wouldn't even comment on it. Once the JD from New York song, JD from New York goes live for like 4 hours though. I would like to see another Jeff Hardy CM Punk feud. That'd be pretty cool. Probably never happened though. Some people might get mad that I'm smoking. I'm not gonna be smoking all the time. I know some people don't care for it. I apologize to those people. But the way WWE has become, they're just making their fans eat dog food. And a lot of the fans are doing it by paying for the Cody Rhodes tour, paying thousands of dollars for your WrestleMania tickets. They're eating dog food and they still buy 2K26 at full price. I'll get it when it goes down. That's about it. I ain't getting it at full price. I'll wait. I'm still playing 25 and having fun. I appreciate anyone who's tuned in. It means a lot anytime I get a sub, like, comment every time. I would like to see the Hardys have one last run. They released the Wyatt Six, Zoe Stark, Selena Vega, Aleister Black, Kairi Sane, the Chase U dudes. I think all the releases were necessary. I was shocked Zoe Stark didn't get released when they released Shayna Baszler. I remember Jeff Hardy 2012. I still remember when I first heard that Jeff went to TNA. I remember thinking, why? Why would he leave WWE? But it all makes sense. He couldn't keep up with their demands. That's really just the story. He could not keep up with their demands. I'm ready to lock in on this YouTube stuff though. But you got to give people stuff to say and talk about, which I'm good at. I just like engagement, questions. But I do appreciate anyone who's watching. Be sure to leave a like. Be sure to leave a like. I appreciate it. Wrestling, man, in the shitter. And these are main eventers. I don't want to see another Roman title run with the Usos. That's how you know they just didn't know what to do. The bloodline, I don't want to see it. I'm over it. It's borderline racist that you get a job just because you're Samoan. Imagine if someone said you get a job just because you're white. Like, it'd be over. That Tall Tonga, the dude who's not 7 foot tall, 6'7" max. 6'7" max. 122. That's how long we've been live. But it's impossible. I like how SmackDown's going back to 2 hours. Raw needs to do that. I might actually watch Raw if they cut an hour out. Like, dude, less than 2 hours at this point. The show is not good. The show used to be must see TV. It's no longer must see TV. It's must skip TV. You can skip a year of pro wrestling and miss nothing. You can catch up. You can miss a year of pro wrestling, catch up clips of the year within a day, literally. It's past 420 though. I appreciate anyone tuning in though, for real. Getting my wrestling opinions. I like to watch a lot of Vince Russo. He's very knowledgeable about the business. Very knowledgeable. I like to listen to people who are very knowledgeable about the business. But Vince Russo is pretty knowledgeable. Coach is knowledgeable. These guys are knowledgeable about the business. You can't deny that. Make sure to like the stream up. Like it up, like it up. I've been seeing Alberto Del Rio's been getting in trouble too. It's a shame. We'll probably never see him come back to WWE. Zeb Coulter, Dutch Mantel, said that he has a temper problem because he drinks too much. I believe it because in 2014 he got fired for slapping somebody backstage. Came back late 2015, left again summer 2016. I like to interact with my chat, so if you ever come in here, feel free to leave a comment. No questions too short, no questions too dumb. We'll take all questions. We would like people to come up in here and talk. That'd be cool. Still got the JDs, the Joe Cronins, the Solo Monsters. Used to be Dr. Chris and Vince Russo. You got all them live. Then all the people are going to be looking for people to go to once they go off. All them. Let's go back to Twitter and promote. Get some people up in here. Work hard tonight. Japanese jobber Kyrie Ray, or not Kyrie Ray. That's Kylie Ray. What's her name? Kyrie saying? That's what somebody said. Okay. Well, we've been promoting. We've been promoting. Well, we've been promoting. We've been promoting. Waiting on people to come up. We're chilling. We're chilling. We're chilling. How long have we been live now? Waiting on people to come up. We're chilling. An hour 30. We're chilling. An hour and 30 minutes is pretty good. About to be an hour and 31. But I don't know. The future of WWE still just looks filler, slop, boring, just uninteresting. Everything's just diplomatic. Everything's just slop, corporate slop. Everything greedy. Everything's for money. Everything's squeezed out of us. They're selling us bags of air with WrestleMania being 90% commercials. Bags of air is what they're selling us. Everything's just diplomatic. Everything's just slop, corporate slop. Everything's greedy. Everything's for money. Everything's squeezed out of us. They're selling us bags of air with WrestleMania being 90% commercials. Bags of air is what they're selling us. I appreciate anyone tuning in. We do get haters through here a lot. Um, we get one. I don't even know if I want to say the guy's name because he's so irrelevant. I used to be a fan of the dude's videos. He got a lot of he got very low views, but I still supported him. Sometimes I support small creators. Made the mistake of becoming friends with the dude like 6 or 7 years later after I would interact with him in the comments on YouTube. Biggest loser of all time. Now a hater. So we got one of those. 26-year-old living off his mother. Just terrible. But I guess I'm gonna wrap the stream up. I've been going for over an hour and a half. So to anyone who catches the replay, I appreciate you. Make sure to like it, please, and share it if you want. Comment, comments cool. I respond. Guys, peace out. I appreciate anyone who tuned in and enjoyed this stream. More to come. More to come. More to come. Turn on the notification bell. Thank you guys. Peace.